Well, so it's the ultimate battle, as they call it, the final match of this WTC cycle, starting from tomorrow at the home of cricket, the Lords. So after 2 years, around 9, 10 teams fighting it out, and finally it comes down to two teams who have fought intense battles, intense knockout matches in the white ball format, but in the red ball format is the first time in the WTC. Well, these two teams have had some history in the past, be it the sandpaper contest in 2018 or those famous series back in 2012, 2016, and it's South Africa versus Australia. One team who's always present in the knockout games, and another team who's perennially underachieved and earned the unnecessary C tag. Well, that team would definitely like to remove that C tag, and Australia would like to add another one to their kitty. So I'm joined by Abhishek, and hopefully we will be joined by maybe a couple more guys, and we would like to have some discussion on the WTC. So, guys, please join in and please shoot in your comments. Please share your feedbacks, and we can have a short discussion before the ultimate test tomorrow. So I would like to go to Abhishek and ask him that, I mean, what's your feeling the night before the WTC? Who do you think would be ahead, or your overall opinion?
See, on the basis of the records and mm, of an Australia handling the pressure of knockouts better, although it's not a knockout, it's a do or die match. Like the team which wins takes the trophy. So I would say Australia are the favorites, but definitely South Africa have a few bunch of exciting cricketers, few bunch of exciting talents, which we can see in the futures to near future to come. In the so I think it's a competition between two well balanced sides, and as of now it's Australia, but there is a very less line to differentiate because I think this is the same ground, I think, Lords, where Australian batsmen were burdened out a few years ago. I think in the Ashes, right? I think so. Anything can happen,
Yeah,
and
yeah, but Australia has a good record here. They won in 2015. They
sorry,
almost
sorry,
won
sorry.
in
I think
20. They almost won in
that was in not in
2019.
Lords zone. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no,
Sorry.
2015 they won in Lords. Steve Smith made a
Yeah, I think that
215.
I think the all out that I'm talking about, I think that happened in Headingley, or where
Yeah,
Broad
that was
took a
in Headingley. In Lords in 2019,
Headingley.
Jofra bowled that spell against Steve Smith where he injured him, but Steve Smith got 92 again there. Then in 2023, Smith again got 100. The match where Stokes got a 150, but England lost in the third innings, fourth innings.
Hmm. I think Ritik has also joined with us. Till now, there is
Yeah, so
no
guys,
comment.
shoot in your comments only. Then we can continue
Yeah,
this podcast.
yes. And I think South Africa has already announced they're playing 11. I was just
Yeah,
uh,
both teams have announced their playing 11, and we would be coming to it. Before that, I would like to ask Ritik once on his opinion for Australia versus South Africa. Who do you think has the edge?
See, as Abhishek was mentioning that, I mean, if you go some years back, Australia versus South Africa, the headline used to be uh, the best of the test or something like that. The test of the two best sides. So you all know that South Africa, Australia, these are two very quality test sides, and I mean South Africa back then used to be a force to reckon with. We all know, but even now, I mean they are pretty capable enough of defeating a side. But considering that South Africa are I mean, nerves get the better of them, especially when it comes to important matches, finals and semifinals, especially. So, I mean, considering that scenario, I would say that Australia has the upper hand, but otherwise, it's a battle of two fairly balanced sides. Yeah.
yeah, that's absolutely correct. And yeah, I think we can also analyze the strength and weakness of each squads. And I think yeah,
Yes, actually, I'm
also
about to
goes with,
check the playing 11, guys. Really sorry for that. I'm just checking, and let's
but
get
before we
started with
but
that.
will you comment?
Yeah.
No, there's no comment. So, okay, definitely we are coming to the playing 11, and so
Yes, let me check
I mean,
because I'm not very aware of that. So yeah.
yeah. So
So let's
Australia, I think, are gonna open with Marnus Labuschagne as they want
yeah,
to
that's
include
what I'm
Cameron
saying.
Green in the middle order, and the
And
rest
that
of the
was
team looks similar to the one that played at Sydney.
shocking decision, I would say, because Marnus, I think I don't remember recall Marnus opening the innings. So how Marnus can play with new
Yeah,
ball
so
with a
since
red
those
fairy?
couple of tests against India, Sam Contrast hasn't opened for Australia. They opened with Travis Head in Sri Lanka and played Josh Inglis in the middle order. Inglis got 100, mind you, in Sri Lanka, but now they have dropped Inglis. They have, as Cameron Green has made a comeback again after his injury hiatus. So
I
they have
don't.
added
Yeah.
Cameron Green and
I
put
would also
Labuschagne
hate
to
to
open the
add
innings.
Cameron Green. Like doesn't make any sense to me actually, because this guy was out of the national squad, and all of a sudden you place him in all important finals.
Yeah, I
And
think
guess what? They
his
dropped.
recent county form has played a part in him getting selected because he got, I
Guess
think, a
what?
couple of hundreds or so in the county.
They dropped. They dropped who? Scott Boland. He's also
Yeah,
again
so
a shocking
again, I mean,
performance to me.
No, because
whenever
the
Hazelwood gets
opponent is not India. That's why. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I think
uh,
Scott Boland
yeah,
and
so
Kyle
whenever
Jamieson.
Hazelwood gets free, I mean, Scott Boland has been dropped again. They've gone with
Okay,
the
so I am seeing some new names. I'm not sure if these guys have played or not. So one is I think Bew Webster and the other being
Yes,
Brendan
yes,
Doggett.
yes, yes.
yeah,
Cricket
yeah,
has been there.
he made a debut in Sydney and played well.
Okay, okay.
He was the one who got a 50 in the first innings when Australia were in pressure, and
No,
then
he
hit the
scored
winning
well in
runs.
both the innings.
Hit the
Yeah,
winning
he
runs
scored
in
well
the
in
second
both the
innings.
innings.
Also got the wicket of Shubman Gill, and mind you, he can bowl off spin. Also, he got wickets with his off spin in Sri Lanka.
Oh, even South Africa.
He
I
can
think
bowl
I have
pace.
not
He can
followed
bowl
Test
off
cricket
spin.
since long. It seems South Africa. I'm
He can
seeing
bowl
some new
pace. He can
names.
bowl off spin. He can bat.
Okay, David Bedingham, Tony DeZorzi,
Yeah, they have been
Corbin
playing
Pausch.
for
I
South
know.
Africa for the last couple of years. I mean, the last WTC
Okay,
cycle, these guys have been playing. Tony DeZorzi got
Bedingham
100 in Bangladesh.
is a good player. Yeah,
Yeah,
I if you
Bedingham
remember,
Has
he
come
scored
from
100 in
county.
New Zealand.
I think he has come from county. Yeah, he made his debut
yeah.
against India in 2023. In fact, got a 40 or something. I think in one of the matches against India. David
And yes, I
Bedingham.
think before
No,
we
no,
get
no, no.
started on the
He scored a
squad, I
century
think
in New Zealand also. If you remember.
Yeah,
yeah. So I was about to mention the fact that I mean a big news coming today that Nicholas Puran has decided to bow out of international cricket. So yeah.
yeah. So I think we would maybe uh, let's discuss it maybe a
We
bit
can,
No, I was
separately.
saying that because in the context of Test cricket, so Test cricket is
Yeah,
getting even less attractive for players. That's why, yeah,
yeah. I mean, there's no context of Test cricket when it comes to West Indies.
yeah,
O- o- Bitter but honest truth.
yeah.
means the nation which once used to be a
S-
haunting nation to play test is
Yes,
now
yes,
like
they were called the
as a
godfathers
business
of cricket, right?
Yeah.
test cricket. So yeah, that's it too. But
So, any comments do we have? Let me just check once. I
go
don't
on,
see
guys.
at the moment.
If you don't have give any comments, then it
It's the
doesn't make
WTC final. I mean, after the IPL fever, finally it's time for some international action.
yeah.
Maybe a lot of Indian audience are not interested as India is not playing. So interesting to see the
And
viewership of this match. Anyways, it's a test match, and then India is not playing. So
Yes.
interesting to interested to see the viewership.
Tomorrow, I think the match starts at 3 p.m. Indian Standard Time, right?
Uh,
Yes.
I mean, 3 p.m. on
anyways,
a summer afternoon, India is not playing. Who watches test
And
matches, right?
that too on a weekday. I'm not sure how
Yeah.
many are gonna watch. So, but yeah, definitely some will watch for sure. But that number is not gonna be a huge number as per se.
That number maybe is going to be less than the population which was watching IPL just a couple of weeks back.
Yeah, surely, surely, surely. See, IPL is something that even those who don't follow international cricket they watch, but it's not the
Yeah.
other way around, right? So yeah,
And to be honest, to watch test match, you need that passion. I mean, you need that
absolutely.
sort of. You need to love the game. I mean, to watch people players blocking it out, but and
Yeah,
having some fun in that. I mean, blocking out sessions, trying to save test matches, bowlers bowling spells over after over,
especially
setting
in
up a
swinging
batter and getting the
conditions.
wicket and
The first
getting the
hour. Yeah,
wicket. So that passage of play to watch and have some fun in that passage of play, you need to really love the game.
yes, exactly, exactly. See, it's like saying that a World Cup everyone watches, but one who is following test matches, you need to, really love the game and appreciate the beauty. You need to appreciate those spells, those long spells, those crucial partnerships. Even though I mean some of them might be blockathons, scoring some maybe 15 or 40 balls, but there's I mean a different charm to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So coming back to the 11, I mean, uh,
Yes.
what's your opinions on the Australian 11? I mean, I will ask both of you. Any of you can share.
Uh, See, looks pretty balanced. I would say I would give Australia an upper hand again, not because of the reason I mentioned in the beginning, but because they have won uh, it right, and they have played this. So that's one reason, because they know what it feels to be out there, and especially with the likes of the bowlers. I mean, anyway, the trio we all know. Nathan Lyon is there. Again, Lyon we all know he's an all condition spinner. Very rarely do we get all condition spinners from Sena countries. So that's definitely an addition.
Yeah, so
Uh,
again, I mean,
from the bowling front, to
there'll be
be
some role of
honest,
the spinners
yes,
to use that Lord slope, which Shane once spoke of a lot.
exactly. Because Lords, we all
Exactly.
know it's
That's
not a
a good
flat
point.
ground, but it's slightly elevated on one side as compared to the other. So that slope, I mean, again, that depends on the skill of the bowler. But Shane one used to talk about it a lot, that how he used to leverage that slope and exploit it to his advantage. So that depends on the bowler as well. But I mean, if I go from the batting perspective, I think both look pretty equal. From the bowling per se, I would say Australia are a tad ahead. Uh, yeah. So Abhishek
Uh,
or Saptarshi,
yeah, I
yes.
yeah, my views are a bit different. I would say from bowling perspective, both are equal because if you take the South African squad, you have the likes of Rabada, who is no mug with the ball, Lungi Ngidi, and Marco Jansen. So these three are quality bowlers they have, and also they have the
Hmm.
likes of Van Mulder, who can bowl
Yes.
at a
Yes.
decent pace and can trouble the batters in these conditions.
Yeah, we'll be
One
coming to the South
batting,
Africa squad. I'm now trying to have a discussion on the Australia 11
yeah.
going in on
So
this side.
Yes.
what's concerning for me is that the likes of Usman Khwaja and Manas Labushan, considering their lack of run in the recent times, how and especially in these conditions, we all know that Usman Khwaja is not that his game is not suited for those conditions. So how he can handle the South African pace, the Protean pace? Manas Labushan, we all know
And
when he started his
Khwaja
career.
actually, you if you remember, I mean, a few months or a few years back, Khwaja was in the form of his life, but that's not the case at the moment.
Yeah, so
But
Usman Khwaja
that
had a
was
very good
also
Ashes in 2023. Before that, his
Yeah,
record in
that's
England
what I
was
said.
terrible. But yeah,
That's what
in
I said.
recent
Yeah.
times, I mean, that BGT was struggling badly. In Sri Lanka, he got 100, I agree. But it would be interesting
See,
to see his form, considering he would
that
also be
that
batting the new ball.
in some continent he's a completely
yes.
different player. You have to agree that one. But if the match was getting played in subcontinent, I would have
But
said
that
he's one of the best.
prime Khwaja is missing. One who was scoring runs for fun. That I don't seem to be able to see again.
And the next Manas Labushan, when it comes to Manas Labushan, if you take the first 3-4 years of his career, he was averaging I think 60 or something around, and then all of a sudden his form got down, and he was not able to score that much as is expected of him. So
Yes.
that's if you talk from South African perspective, these are the vulnerabilities they can try to expose. Then in three comes Cameron Green, who has not played international cricket for a while. So so there is also some I see some weakness. Then comes 4 and 5 Travis Smith and Travis Head. I think these two batters, I think they saved Australia in the 2023 WTC final. So these two will be I would say holding a big key for this final. And if they score big,
Yes.
then South Africa is winning it. So they need to dismiss these two batters. Then so that they can get some help from Bew Webster, Alex Carey, and Pat Cummins. Remember he's not a mug with the bat. So this
Yes.
4-5,
Yes.
6, especially 4-5 is very much crucial. And the Australian batting will revolve around this Smith and Head trio. I would say.
Yes. And from spinner's point of view, I think South Africa are going with one spinner. Is it Keshav Maharaj, or
Yeah,
are there
both
more?
the teams
Yeah,
are going for
both going in with one frontline spinner,
Okay.
Lion
Okay.
and Keshav.
I mean, yes,
If
Steve
talk
Smith
about
can
spinners,
roll
then
his arm
Smith is
also.
also a
Steve
spinner.
Smith,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
but
Smith can roll his
but
arm.
if that situation
Yeah,
comes,
Travis Head can
then
bowl.
South Africa is winning the WTC.
Yes.
Nobody would want that situation to come.
I mean, if required, we can have as many spinners as you want in a team. I mean, should the situation arise.
I
So,
think everybody can bowl. Manas Labushan is a spin spinner, some medium
hmm,
pacer, some fast bowler. Then in that case, yeah.
Yeah, so actually, I mean, that lineup, I think Australian lineup, apart from Usman Khawaja, Cameron Green can bowl, Travis Head can bowl, Steve Smith can bowl, Bob Webster can bowl. Yeah, apart from Usman and Alex Carey, everyone can roll over his
But
own.
to me, I think Josh Selwood. I'm not sure. He's just coming off an injury. Had they included Scott Boland, they could have troubled the South African batsman. He could have troubled the South African batsman more. That's what I believe. Because you see, you
Yes,
have to agree
yeah.
that at
So
the
I mean, I
start,
will let ask you, like, what do you feel prompted them to take Hazelwood ahead of Boland? Was it something to
maybe
do with
experience.
Boland's poor returns in England last time in the Ashes?
maybe because it's ultimately being held at England, so that might have played a
Yeah,
part.
but again, in England, he had a very good match against India. He didn't have a good series against England.
Bro, that's what I said. The opponent is not India. So
And
it's South
Or
it's
maybe
Africa.
a well
but
set.
Josh Hazelwood was having some shoulder niggle during the IPL. He again came back after the break.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm.
So
I mean,
That's what
I
I'm
had my heart
mentioning.
in my mouth. I mean, luckily he performed and delivered, and RCB won after I think
yeah,
some super eons, some thousands of years later. But yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe that might have played a part.
See, we have to all
yeah,
Yeah,
agree that Stark and Hazelwood are they're at the flag end of their careers, and
yeah, surely,
so
especially
you
Stark.
always think, yeah. But I think both. I think both are I think 34 and 34, 35 years of age. Pat Cummins is one who can be the workhorse, but I would say that I think missing Boland is, I would say, a bad step in this case. I think he could have been a more lethal because first of all, South African batsmen haven't played them. That's first thing, uh, and then the South African batsman has some kind of inexperience, so he could have challenged the outside edge because playing bowlers like Boland don't come in a while. Like, and especially in these conditions, these bowlers are very much difficult to handle, I would say.
Yes, South African batting is also. I don't see much experience apart from Temba and Aiden. I think
yeah. So
most of
now
them.
we come to the South Africa 11. I mean, playing Vian Mulder at 3 might be sort of a gamble because he's played just 18 test matches with an average of
Yes,
22.6. So his batting stats definitely doesn't guarantee him a spot in
But
the top 6.
had they announced the numbers also, that at which numbers the batsman will play, South African?
I mean, looking at the team sheet, it looks he's bad at 3, but I would prefer to let them bat
Are you sure?
Temba or Tristan at 3 and 4, and let Vian play against a slightly older ball down the order. Because I mean, yeah, they can use him at 3, sort of a what they
No,
call
once
free
and
hit.
what about
I think
Ryan then?
Aiden
Ryan
Markram is
Rickelton.
in. No, Ryan
Ryan
Rickards is
Rickelton
in
is
11.
Ryan Rickelton can also play at 3. I mean, let's see what they play. But
No,
Vian Mulder, if they play at 3, which is being
what my
shown at, yeah, sorry.
see what my feeling is that Rickelton and Markram will open because both are
Open.
openers.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, no,
Rickelton is an opener, right?
open is okay. No, Tony De Jersey is not playing. Ritik sir. Yeah, so then
Yeah,
Ryan
no.
Rickelton and
Aiden
Markram is
Markram,
opening.
Markram will open at three.
Yeah, Ryan Rickelton and
Temba
Markram is
Bavuma.
opening. That no, I would say play Temba or Tristan at 3 and 4, and then
Yes,
5
yes.
Bedingham,
Then
6 Kyle
five
Verheyen,
Bedingham.
7 you play Temba Bauer, you play Vian Mulder, and then you've got Jansen, Maharaj
I think
Rabada, and Lungi.
Jansen can come at 8 maybe.
Yeah, Jansen at
Yeah,
8, and then Maharaj Rabada and
Hmm.
Lungi.
Lungi. Maybe
Also,
Lungi.
another
Rabat at
another
9
like the
because yeah.
Hazelwood Boland fiasco, I would like to ask another question also. It would be Lungi over Patterson. I think Babuma said also that Lungi has a bit more pace than couple more games faster than Patterson.
And
So that was the
experience also. I think experience wise also Lungi has played I think more years or more matches maybe than Patterson.
yeah. Yeah, so Dale Patterson, I mean, there were a couple of options for them. They also had the option of Corbin Bosch, who made his debut against Pakistan, got a 5 for, got
Hmm.
an 18
Just
in his
saying
debut match.
debutants. I don't know if that will be a good option or not.
Because see,
That will
this
Yeah,
be
is
a
not a final series. You have to remember this is a final match, not a series. So
match.
you need to have all the boxes covered. So yes.
That's what I'm shocked with Australia. They're going with New Webster with just just experience of few matches. But I understand that they don't have players also to fill that gap. Yeah, I think both
Hmm.
the sides there are weaknesses in that side. But here it is. These are the two sides in
But
the final.
I would
So
say that South African batting looks a bit more depleted to me. I mean, I can see the. I mean, I am missing maybe someone like Dean Elgar. I know he's retired, but had he been there, I think it would have looked a more balanced batting side.
but this is
Someone
what it
like
is.
likes
This is
of,
what the
yes,
side is.
absolutely,
Yeah, but South Africa have to back this up because this is the side which has brought them here. So it's
exactly.
it has to be this side or
And this is
nothing.
the side, and this is the side which will carry South African batting for years to come. I think, and
Yeah.
it's high time that even Markram, the likes of, I would say Markram, stays up because he has been given chances a lot, and considering his class and his playing style, he should deliver. I would say. Temba Bavuma, he is a gritty player, but maybe if he can hang around,
Okay, I
he will
have a
be.
question for both of you. Yes, since our audience is not asking any questions, so Maharaj versus Lion, who do you see making a greater impact in this match?
In England, I
I would
don't
say,
see much. Yeah. In
yeah, I would
England,
say
I don't
if
see
some impact
both of
maybe
them
Nathan
doing
Lyon
much
because
impact.
of his experience. But yeah, don't rule out Kishan Maharaj. He's a pretty he's a canny customer, and I mean
Yes,
he have that guile to deceive. We have seen his I mean we have seen his variations in the white ball arena, so he
Yeah,
might
in white ball,
bamboozle a couple of batters there.
Maharaj is a different bowler.
Yeah, he's a very skillful guy. I mean, he can vary
only
his
thing
pace
is that
nicely.
since Lion has played so many Ashes and so much in England conditions, so maybe that can act in his
Yeah,
favor.
Yeah, I mean,
but I don't
one thing
remember
which
the
puts
last
both of
time
them at the
South Africa playing in England. I don't
yeah,
remember
they
that actually.
but last time both of these teams played at Lords, both won. So South Africa won by an innings.
Okay,
Australia won by some 40 runs. I think that match where Smith scored 100, then Stokes scored a 150 in the second innings. And I mean, that was a pitch where both the teams resorted to continuous short pitched bowling because the surface wasn't
yeah,
offering something.
yes. I don't know actually. I mean, how the pitch is going to behave. I mean, on the first day. I mean, Lords generally you expect something for the bowlers, but again, you can't say what happens. So yeah,
Yeah, I think at the moment only one watching.
okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's
It is
actually, I mean, a bit disheartening, I would say, because it's the WTC final. So
Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, the other day I was doing some video in some other place also, and there wasn't a lot of enthusiasm.
yes,
Maybe because India isn't playing.
yeah. By the way, guys, thank you for your response on those IPL reviews. I mean, when we made team by team
Yeah,
reviews.
so we would like to have some more views on those, particularly the ones that have been posted at the
Yes,
back end of the
yes. I think
tournament.
CSK and
And
RCB have done really well when it comes to the
yeah,
views.
yeah. So are the
I'll
views
tell.
proportional to the fan base? Yeah, I think so.
Then why not am I?
Okay.
But anyway, I mean, RCB I expected. I can understand. The fans are gone berserk like anything after 18 years. I
Yeah,
can.
so seeing I mean, would it have been so less views if India were playing tomorrow? Definitely not. People would have had sleepless nights.
Yeah.
And now I think everyone
I'm
is just
pretty sure a few guys. I mean, even within us would have taken a holiday maybe tomorrow just to watch. I mean, Indian players on the ground.
yeah. Now people are just chilling it out on their couches and watching maybe some other sports.
Maybe they are preparing for
Not,
next year's T20 World Cup.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
is the reason.
French
And
Open
India's
just
own
got
team.
concluded this Sunday. Yeah.
yeah.
See that that's the match they should realize that India can go in every final. They just won two trophies in 9 months. Give them also a chill pill, right?
Yes.
Uh, yeah, but definitely,
So
Yeah, I mean,
last
if you
time
ask,
was it also in Lords? I mean, I just can't
no,
no, it was in
remember.
Oval.
oval, oval,
Before
oval,
that,
Oval,
oval.
Southampton.
Oval. Yes,
First one
yes,
was in
Southampton.
yes,
Southampton.
yes, yes. So it's
See,
been
the
England,
thing is,
all England.
Okay, so I will just ask you guys a random question. Do you guys remember which was the first ever match of in any in WTC? I mean, the first match of the first WTC cycle.
No, no
Ashes
idea.
only,
To be
Ashes,
honest.
Ashes,
Which
Ashes
match?
2019.
I mean, any incident from that match, if you can
Just
recollect.
don't tell it. Let me guess. Give me 2 minutes. I think the first match where Smith came back and scored
Yeah,
200.
yeah, correct. It was on 1st August. Yeah, And what was India's
2000,
first match in that cycle?
West
Yeah,
Indies.
2019. Yeah, West Indies, correct.
which were in which
And
year? I think it was
Yeah,
2019.
yeah,
2019.
2019. It was that the first
Yeah.
ever match in WTC was that Edgbaston match where Australia were 8 down and then Smith scored, I think,
I
144
think
and then he
I
scored
think
another
that was
100 in
that
the
was
second
most,
innings.
yeah, that was Smith's comeback match,
And
and
what an year that was for Jofra Archer. I mean, what an year that
And in
was.
that match, Jimmy Anderson got injured after some 4 5 overs, I think.
yes,
He
and
Hmm.
got ruled out
after
of the
that
series.
that was for Archer,
I think
and after that,
I think
what has happened
that's
to us?
when Manas Labuschagne all of a sudden arrived on the scene after Smith
Yeah,
got.
Yeah, it was the second match in
Yeah,
Lords when
he came as a concussion
Jofra
sub.
Jofra injured
Yes.
him. Then he came back
see, if
again,
you want
batted for a
Manas
while,
to play,
got
if you
plucked
want
against
Manas
Vokes,
to
and
play
then
well,
Manas came.
yeah, if you want Manas to play well, bring him as a concussion substitute. Otherwise, he will not play. That's what he has shown us. In the recent ODI match also, I think against South Africa,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
did the same thing.
and that was the match which sort of
Led to his
pushed his
World Cup
selection into
World
the
Cup
World Cup
honor.
because he was not selected initially. Then I think they dropped
Hmm.
Ashton Agar and selected him. And had that match not happened, then maybe Stoinis would have come out at 47 for 3 in the final.
Yeah.
And that again brings us to some sleepless night. You don't mean that.
Hmm.
I think 19 November, no Indian fan will ever forget. I think those who are in our generation
Yeah, I
think
think
it's very difficult to
19 November,
forget.
19 November is close to that 23rd March of 2003, but even more because 23rd March 2003 was Australia were the favorites, honestly speaking. And this was a home World Cup. India were clearly the favorites, won 10 matches in
See,
a row with utter
29 June
dominance.
came,
They were
9
undefeated.
February came,
Yeah,
29 June 2024 came, 9 February to the 2025 came, but that 19 November still people remember.
9 February,
That's
9 March.
sorry, 9 2025. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, also since, okay, so I would like to ask another question because I'm not sure how much long we can continue because there's too
We are
little
anyway
response. So
close to the 30-minute mark.
yeah, so just
Yes.
I'm trying to ask a question. I mean, two players from each side, you guys feel would make sort of an impact, X factor. Ritik,
Head
From
and
South
from
Africa. Acha,
Australia.
yes. Let Abhishek
Ritik,
finish.
Ritik.
Yes.
Okay, Ritik, you answer it. I'll do first.
Yeah, yeah.
From Australia, I think it would be Smith and uh, and Nathan Land. South
Okay,
Africa, I feel Marco Jansen and Temba Bavuma. Yeah.
okay, Abhishek.
Okay. Since you need to pick one batter and one bowler, I would say Aiden Markram
No, you can
and
pick two batters. You can pick two bowlers also.
no,
Two players, basically. Two
but
players.
bowlers, but bowlers win you to matches, not only batters. So that's what our head coach
No,
says.
bowlers win you
So
tournaments, not matches.
yeah, but it's a
Yeah.
tournament, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a tournament which has a start and an end in one match only. So yeah,
Hmm.
based on that, I think Rabada and Markram and at Cummins and Smith from Australian side because I'm not giving much favor to Stark and Hazelwood as of now. But who knows? But I will. If anybody needs
Stark,
to take
even
wicket,
I
it
am
will be
also
from
not
Cummins.
sure. I mean, yeah, it will depend
See,
on maybe
he
Cummins
had a
and
very
Hazelwood.
IPL season also. In IPL also, he didn't. Although it's a different, but it didn't look the start which we knew. No, actually.
Hazelwood actually looked good,
So
to be honest.
Hazelwood looked good, and some of the
Hmm.
dismissals he did that was proper test match dismissals. But again,
Yeah, yeah.
injuries are his concerns. Let's say Hazelwood gets after 10 overs, there is no Hazelwood. Then all the load will happen on Pat Cummins and Stark, and that happened in the Gabba match.
Yeah, so that happened in Brisbane when they couldn't eke out a result. They could have pushed India to the. Yeah, I know they dropped a couple of catches also. They could have still pushed the result. But anyways, I mean, had Hazelwood been there, maybe India would have lost that match by an innings.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the issue with the one.
Yeah, so that's the reason why I wasn't a lot in favor of Hazelwood because Boland is fresh and they
I'm
could have. I
considering
mean,
the
Hazelwood has
red
played
hot
the entire
form that
season of
Boland
IPL.
is in. I'm considering the red hot form that Boland is in. I don't see any sense. You drop from one
Also, maybe another
wicket
factor
of
playing Hazelwood being that NSW player, NSW always gets that advantage, and Boland being from the on a Aboriginal background. I mean, again,
I feel very
sort of
sorry for Boland.
partiality.
we have taken 50 plus wickets and an average less than
NSW
20
has
runs.
that
Does that
sort
happen
of
in Australia
Mumbai
also?
batting. I mean, a lot of Australian players are from NSW.
No, but
No, also
do
I think they
Australia
would.
have such a lobby, like they favor players from a particular region? Is
They
it
have
so?
Now, do they have
Maybe.
a lobby or is it sheer coincidence? That I can't guarantee. But I mean, from the stats, it looks
Yeah,
so.
But also I think they're adding on that if Hazelwood plays a final, they have never lost. Maybe that could
maybe.
be
Again,
also one of the things.
I mean, something unexpected happened this time in IPL.
Yeah.
We all know what
Yeah,
happened, so maybe they're backing
so
on that.
Hazelwood. Yeah, yeah,
See,
absolutely.
sometimes the management also gets a bit superstitious, and I don't see any wrong in there. I mean, it is possible
See,
that
not
happens.
just that. To talk about 1-2 finals, it's okay, but he has done it in 7-8 finals.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
he knows the pressure to handle the finals.
So it's
That
not like
based on that, we can,
one out of the box magic trick that is happening. He has done it consistently. Yeah.
yeah, and all formats actually.
Hmm.
I think not in test. In test he was not there. The World Test captaincy, but yeah, he was in the
So
World Cup
I think
T20.
Karan Sharma, a few people were saying that he's the lucky charm. That in whichever team he goes, I mean, that team ends up winning IPL, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, do we have any comments? I don't think so.
Come on, guys. It's very
Also,
disappointing.
there's been 5 ICC Hall of the Fame inductions yesterday. So
Yes, yes, and
Yeah,
some well-deserved
yeah,
names. Well-deserved names,
and
I
some
must say.
well
Matthew
deserved
Hayden,
wins.
MS Dhoni, Graeme Smith, Hashim Amla, and
Daniel Vettori.
Daniel Vettori.
Daniel Vettori. Yeah.
I
I
think
mean, some
all
outstanding
deserved.
players.
All
Outstanding players.
deserved. And if we talk about India, I think MS Dhoni, what services
And
he has
since we are
done to
talking
India.
about Test cricket, I must add that all of these have been some great Test players also. I mean,
Yeah,
to be very
yeah,
honest.
absolutely. And if we talk about especially about MS Dhoni,
And in
the
the and in
contribution
the
he had.
present felicitation ceremony, I think MS was the only one who wasn't there. All the other 4 went.
Yeah, maybe.
This is a kind of he showed India how to win trophies because we had great
Yes.
players. We had players like Dravid, Tendulkar,
Ganguly.
Sehwag, Ganguly, Lakshman, but as I mentioned that if you don't win a trophy in your hand, then records and stats doesn't matter at all. At the end, what matters is that
Absolutely.
how many tournaments you have won, how many yeah championships you have won. At the end, that only matters. Personal records and glories stay behind, and that's what
Yeah, and
MS Dhoni has shown, and, and he has led the way forward with our current captain Rohit Sharma is doing. So yeah,
Hashim Amla, Graeme Smith again, very well deserved. Daniel Vettori as well.
very well deserved. Hashim Amla, man, what a career! What a player he was. I
And
mean,
what a gentleman he was. Yeah,
and South Africa should take inspiration from them for this
absolutely.
yesterday's
And
match.
Graeme Smith, what an opener. I mean, getting
Yeah,
9,000
That's
runs
what
as
I'm
an
saying.
opener.
not just
Yes.
opener,
9,000
he
runs.
test captains. He was one of the youngest captains in
And
the
one of
test
the best
format as
test
well.
captains that I have seen, to be very
One of the
honest.
best test captains. Yes, yes. And I think he's still top 5. I think he's the first. I think with
Yeah,
the most win percentage. I think Smith,
yeah.
Maybe overseas. I think
Ponting.
overseas he has the best record, maybe. Graeme Smith.
No, no. Overall, also, I think he is first. Virat was second. I'm not sure if he's still second. Is
No,
he?
no, no.
Yeah.
Virat was in top 5, but not in second. Man, Ponting is there. How can
No, no.
he has
Virat at
captained a
one
lot?
point I think was in second. I'm not sure. Maybe a long way.
No, to be honest, Ponting, I think in ODIs, Ponting is way ahead in ODIs, but not in tests, I think.
No, no, no. He has captained Test. Man, he has captained Test after I think for 8 plus years. I
No, he
think
has
from
captain, but
20.
I'm not sure in terms of winning percentage. Is he in the top three? I'm not sure. Okay,
Yeah,
we can check that
let's
later.
check.
And again,
We're
Matthew
talking about
Hayden, what a player! What a player!
what a player.
Yeah.
See, all of that's what I say. That all of 8,000, 9,000 runs in their basket. So great,
Yeah,
great player.
Yeah. So from India till now, 11 players have been inducted. MS is the 11th player. Who's gonna be the 12th?
I think
So
Virat.
Is there is
Honestly
there
speaking,
any is
Virat
there
will
any
take a bit of
rumor
time. I mean,
that
after retirement, I think 5 years is
Ashwin
the
maybe thoroughly
proper
deserves
time.
Ashwin.
So Virat, if he
Ashwin?
retires in 27, then 32 he can get
I
inducted.
think Ash or Rohit. Ash or Rohit maybe.
No, Rohit is also not retiring right in 2027. So he will also retire in 2027. See, the next few my names that comes to my mind is Virat, Ashwin, Rohit, Jadeja, Shami, Bumrah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Period.
No, Bumrah. I think
Bumrah
still
is a
there's a lot of
Bumrah is
time.
some way to
No,
go
no.
now.
I'm telling whenever he retires, he is
Yes. No,
definitely
these are
gonna be
for sure. I
inducted.
mean, they will be inducted for sure.
And see the
Yes.
point that I was making that always stats don't matter. See, Bumrah, what is his age currently? 30 years. I think he has 200 wickets. So he will be not be able to. We all know that to get wickets like Anderson's 700 wickets or let's say 500 wickets. But the kind of impact that Bumrah will leave in Test cricket,
Yes,
mark
I
my
saw,
words,
saw one name
that
today
will be
from
one
Pakistan.
of
I
the
think
best.
Sana Mir was inducted, and that's because of the impact. So impact
Yeah.
matters for sure.
So in Test cricket, that's what I say. Or does not don't always look at the wickets. Also look at the bowling average. That's also
Yes,
one of the
In fact, all of these Fab Four will be inducted for sure. All of the Fab Four.
absolutely.
hmm, that's true. But I think all are yet to retire from all the formats
But
completely.
from India, definitely Virat, Rohit, Ash, Jadeja also. Pujara, I'm not sure, but Pujara also ideally should be. But
Jasprit Bumrah bat 19.4
Pujara maybe
bowling
no. I
average.
mean, even
This guy
Sort
is
of
a
hasn't been
next
inducted till now.
level.
sorry, who?
Sort of.
Saurav
Okay,
Ganguly.
Ganguly. Yes, that was a bit surprising actually.
Mm, surprising. in this- Yeah, maybe people can have different opinions. Maybe they are always
I think
looking
there's
at
a
the
panel who is responsible behind inducting, so it's based on their discretion.
see, based on the stat. Ganguly has a good stats than Dhoni. If you talk about batting stuff, but you also look at the impact.
Yes,
Impact,
that's what I
the
said. Impact
stats,
matters.
everything matters. Everything matters. I'm not saying Ganguly don't have any impact. He is the one who created that mindset of winning overseas, first of all. But I'm not sure that what's the thing the panel is up to. So
Hmm.
that's why I think like players like Jadeja,
And to be
Pujara,
honest,
I
one
don't
thing
think
I've noticed, I mean, I'm not sure if that's a mere coincidence, but mostly I see a lot of players from England being inducted. I mean, I don't know what the
see,
panel
one more
comprises
thing is
of,
that if
but
a lot of players
that's
get inducted
yeah.
in Hall of Fame, then what's the point of Hall of Fame? Hall of Fame should be always for a specific set of players, right? We
Yeah.
cannot
Yes.
induct a bunch of players in the Hall of Fame. Doesn't make any sense to me actually. So if you take from a country, you have to take the top three or top four at max. There are a lot, but
Correct.
you need
Yes.
to
Yes.
decide actually. So it doesn't induct 50 players, then what is the Hall of Fame will not hold much significance. That's what I feel.
Yeah. True that. Okay, so
So
I
that's
think we are
why I think
nearing the 40-minute mark, and
yeah,
I
we can
mean,
stay for 5 more minutes, some closing remarks, and then we can leave. Yeah,
yeah, I think it's a bit.
guys,
I mean, sad that still
sad,
no comments
sad,
are showing up. Yeah.
but hopefully our guys can watch
Yeah.
it
So I mean,
once
I
they finish.
think that's the sorry state of the cricket, and also I mean now coming back to what Ritik was saying at the start of the live, Nicholas Poon retirement. So
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
don't love Test cricket. Players don't. Quite
Maybe
a few
maybe
players don't love Test cricket.
maybe
And
people will
especially
now come.
now you need to be a bit specific. Players, especially from a few countries and from a few
Yeah,
boards.
players
Yeah.
apart from IAE don't love Test cricket, or maybe can't love Test cricket a lot because of the
Yeah.
financial perspective.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's
Well,
what
BCB,
I think
CA, and BCCI.
ICC needs to play their part. They need to maybe share a bit more revenues with these teams because
They need
otherwise
to.
they
I
will
mean,
definitely lose out on a lot
they
more
need to bring
good
some
players.
uniformity. They need to bring some uniformity to the pay scale, for sure.
because
I mean,
for me, I think
someone like Henry Klassen retiring at such an early age, Nicholas Poon retiring at 29. So
no,
these
no.
are a
Henry
bit surprising.
Klassen was old. I think he was not that young. How much?
No, I
What
think
was his age? I think 34,
33. I think
35. He was not.
Klassen. Yes.
Yeah, Klassen is 33, but he had a home World Cup coming up, the T20 World Cup coming up next year. So he missed
Yes.
both. Now Nicholas Poon will miss the T20 World Cup also.
But
See,
I agree to this point.
it's not
I agree to this
only that
point.
these guys have retired from Test cricket. It's that these guys have retired from international cricket.
Nicholas Puran didn't
Yes.
even play Test cricket, but he still retired.
Mhm.
Henry
See,
Klassen retired from Test cricket way back.
yeah,
A
yeah.
few days back, sorry, a few months back, I think Quinton de Kock, again a big name.
Yeah, even Quinton de Kock retired from ODI after 23 only, 23 World Cup,
Mm,
and then he retired from all formats.
At the age of
yeah,
30.
Yeah,
Sometimes I would say the board
See, for
take
Quinton de
care of
Kock, I think maybe it's a different thing. I feel he has lost a lot of motivation. He doesn't play good in the leagues also these days. I think he's lost a bit of motivation, or maybe play.
Yes, that might be
Sometimes
the
it's a
case.
bit of the motivation also. You see Anderson is now bowling in T20 Blast, so he's now trying to hone his T20 skills, and he's
See,
put his name in the auction also
ultimately,
last year.
ultimately, it will boil down to how badly you want it, as they say, that how
Yeah,
badly you want it,
for
and
Jimmy Anderson, yeah, definitely he couldn't have played so many tests had he been from other country, maybe because there's the
true,
financial perspective. But
See,
at this
you
stage,
saw
he may not
Mr.
play
Stark.
any more cricket, but he's still playing.
A good example is Mr. Stark. He missed so many IPLs. The reason because he was well looked
Yeah,
after
but then
by the
again,
board.
if he
he,
was from West Indies, could he have, ignored the leagues because a lot of his bank balance would have
But
come from the leagues only.
the thing is that people can also question. Let's see, it's not always about. Let's bring me a point. He missed the Champions Trophy but played the IPL.
Yeah,
But he's
so
from Australia. That's also a point. It's always
yeah,
also
he said.
depends on the intent to play
Yeah.
for the
So
country.
Stark also said in a recent interview that he's now nearing the end of his career. So he knows that his Australia career is not far away. Maybe in just a couple more years or even less than that. So
Maybe
he's now started
retirement
to
is on the
prioritize the
card,
leagues a bit more.
I think
You
and
it's
see,
that's
even
and
Chandler
by
Josh
Paul
his
Hazelwood,
that
even
who
Josh
crossed
Hazelwood.
100 matches.
Even Josh
Yes,
Hazelwood, a couple of years back, would you have imagined an Australian, pushing himself to play an IPL final match despite having
in
some
front of the
injury,
final.
knowing that
No,
there's a WTC final looming?
final man. That leave that. Pat Cummins coming to play for SRH.
Yeah,
and who
yeah.
were well
SRH is
eliminated.
just
Despite his team
Yes,
getting knocked out, he and Head both again coming back just for a couple more matches, despite knowing that there's no future. The team is already knocked
yes.
out.
exactly.
You cannot tell that. You cannot tell that. See, they are well paid, but we
Yeah, so
see.
that's
See,
the thing.
what
If
happened is
players from
what
Australia who have a better financial backing from their board are prioritizing the leagues, then I think you just can't blame players from West Indies, South Africa, New Zealand. Even New Zealand, a lot of players are moving out from their central contracts.
the
Conway has moved
the
out,
likes of
Williamson has
Williamson
moved
Kane
out.
Williamson has
Williamson,
moved out,
a huge name, Kane Williamson. Yeah,
Hmm.
and I think Trent Bolt, a man
yeah.
with
Again,
300 plus
yes, yes.
test cricket.
Oh, बहुत मुश्किल है. So Trent Bolt has also stopped playing
Trent Bolt
for
has done it
international.
for a
So
long
that's
period of time. Yeah. So some shocking things are happening in the world cricket. I would say that's why you will now not see players scoring. I would say
See,
10,000 runs,
I remember
11,000 runs, 9.
Faf du Plessis comments from a couple of years back. He said that 15 years down the line, this cricket sport maybe can turn into a football sort of model where there will be leagues all across and not too much international cricket. Maybe just
Hopefully that
Maybe.
shouldn't.
the World
Let's
Cups and
pray
all.
for that. Let's pray it doesn't happen because leagues can come and go, but the quality of player. If you want to be a great player, you have to do well in test, and that's what Kohli has told after winning the RCB. After getting that, leagues can come and go, but if you do well in test, that's what people will remember you for. And I would to me it's the ultimate format. And you can talk from the financial perspective. Absolutely yes, but yes,
Yeah,
I think
financial perspective, there's yes, because in West Indies and most of the players you see, if they are committed to Test cricket, it's not like they're committed. Maybe they don't have the skills, so they're not getting those T20 leagues, and they have to play Test cricket like someone like Craig Brathwaite. Else,
Craig Brathwaite,
everyone
Yes,
is
Batley,
moving out, moving out.
Kima Roach is there. So there are a couple of names.
I think
Imanov has been there for a decade.
Joshua Da Silva is there
But the
now.
new, yeah, but
Joshua
again,
does it well.
maybe these guys don't have that enough T20 skill to get good lucrative contracts. But someone like
Yeah,
a Nicholas Puran knows that I will get huge contracts. So why play for international side?
absolutely.
I am a T20 superstar, so I will be getting contracts from BBL,
And
from
which
IPL,
he
from
is,
MLC, SA20.
yeah, which he has done time and time again. Yeah,
Yeah. So these are some of the things that ICC should think of. And also, I would say one more thing is the management. That
Yeah, so that's the thing.
IPL,
Someone like Henry Klassen can retire because he has the T20 game, but someone like Temba Bavuma can't take that risk because he won't get those
true.
lucrative contracts.
no, absolutely. And I think one more thing is I think the board should also manage series very wisely. If they want to get the players, they shouldn't manage series when IPL is happening or some leagues are happening. So those coordination between league management and the international series plan also needs to be done very
Yes.
carefully. And
Yes.
they need to say that what no, I'm not players can prioritize that what league they can focus on so that they can get more revenue. But just for the sake of earning, if they're playing league and missing the series doesn't make any sense to me. Like so, then in that case the board needs to step up, and for board to step up, the ICC, as Jose mentioned, should look
See,
into
ICC has a
more
huge role.
revenue.
I'm saying that again and again. You can't just
See,
blame the boards.
see,
Yeah.
I without disrespecting any league, what are the leagues that Henry Clussing wanted to play? IPL, 100. Uh, let me see, what was the forgot. See,
BBL.
his own SA T20. One more, I think, 100
Sorry.
IPL. What are the leagues you sent me the article, right? What are the leagues he wanted to play? BBL, 100,
Henrik Klassen.
SA T20,
Okay,
and
Henry Klassen,
IPL.
BBL 100. He's there in SA20. He's there in MLC. BBL,
IPL.
I'm not sure he will get a contract. And then in IPL only, he's getting, I think, a 23 crore
So
contract.
these four leagues we prioritize. So, I think mostly players focus on these leagues also without disrespecting the other leagues. I don't want to disrespect other leagues, but
Okay, I think
yeah,
we have a
because these are
comment
the leagues.
after some 2000 years. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, but it would have been glad if you would have also made it
exactly.
anyways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are missing
So
your
I think
presence here.
a proper I think synchronization between the series management, the international series management, and the leagues should happen. I would say, and
True.
because yeah, there's some leagues which doesn't pay that
And
well to the players.
when you
So
know that you have some series being held in England in this time, so why don't you start the IPL a few months back, maybe, or a few weeks back?
these things,
So,
these things leagues should also consider. I think
and
yeah,
considering
leagues
BCCI
especially
has such a strong hold in the ICC, so I mean,
and
anyway,
first of all
BCCI
stretching
conducts the
IPL.
IPL.
IPL
Yes,
to a large, I think it's 2.5 months of cricket. Why they stretch it
absolutely.
to that a large
And
time?
again, it was
Why
stretched
don't
because
they?
of, we all know that some geopolitical uncertainty is happening. So that
No,
was
no, no,
again
no. I'm not talking about the
something.
geopolitical
And from 28, it will go on to 3 months, as said by BCCI.
Oh
I'm
man.
not talking about the geopolitical uncertainties. I'm
No,
talking
I'm saying that that
anyway. It was
even
going 2.5 months.
postponed it by a week. I'm saying that it got
No, no,
postponed by a
but
week.
anyway, it was going to 2.5 months. I'm
Yeah.
telling that why is it need for to take 2.5 months? Why cannot you finish it in 1.5 months? But my point is, and
And
that
they
way
can increase
our
double
players
headers, but the thing is, IPL generates, I mean, does night matches generate more money, and so
and
BCCI
leave
are just
Australia,
focused on the
leave players.
profit.
Can our Indian players do that? Leave that's the main question. Before the World Test Championship 2021, 2021 and 2023, all the Indian
Both
players played,
times.
especially both times they played, and some big names. But Australian players
Actually,
didn't play.
actually, 2021, because of COVID, the IPL got suspended at the halfway mark. So still they got some time in 2023. I remember, like CSK played the final on 30th May. So Jadeja was playing 30th
Australian
May.
players were, see, I don't want to, yeah, I don't know, being, I want to, the Australian players were there practicing in England, like the Pat Cummins and Steve Smith and all
Yeah,
the
Pat
other
Cummins
players.
missed the
Also,
IPL that
Warner
year
played.
because they had the WTC and
Yes,
World Cup, so he missed the
yes,
IPL.
yes. And our Indian players were playing final till the last moment. And then you go to England where conditions are completely different. So you need time to acclimatize to those conditions also. And then he
Absolutely.
got hammered in the final. So it's not, so if we total that India is the richest sport, in that case also it's happening. So
Yeah, but India is
it's
the
not
richest
about
board because of the IPL. If they, so they prioritize on making more money out of the
why can't
IPL. Otherwise, they won't. I
and
can't
that's
assert
so
the dominance.
yes, yes. And so they didn't leave any players.
Yeah, so I think
You see,
yeah.
one more example is about and by Bumrah. He just got injured. He missed the Champions Trophy. If he could have played, anyways, India won. That's a different issue. That's a different case, not an issue. But
Mm.
he came back just 2-3 matches after he came back in the IPL. And considering he has to play the 5-match test series in England, so
Yeah.
uh, shouldn't have he have taken the rest the entire IPL and then started fresh in the 5-match England series because we need Mumra's presence in all the 5 matches. So these
True.
are some of the things that every board needs to think of, and it's not about just the financial aspect. It's also about how much the board wants all the players to play. So these are the things should, which every
Yeah,
board and league should take care of.
yeah.
And I
So I
mean,
think
this thing will keep on going. I mean, this WTC final will keep happening every alternate year. I mean, in the month of June, so you can plan things better because you know the exact date when the final is going to happen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know in advance.
correct. And I mean, come. So the next final is in 27. Okay. Then the next final 29. If it happens, then at that time with 3 months of IPL, so players will be coming after 3 months of IPL to play the WTC
I'm
final.
not sure. I mean, how much the audience would like that. I mean, because 3 months is a long period of
Yeah,
time, to be honest.
And nobody blamed the IPL. That's what I feel like. BCCI should handle it better because it's costing. If you talk Indian players only in the finals, because if again if you're playing in England, it was, that's also one of the rules. I think we should discuss it. Why every time
That
every
should
player is
again
getting,
happen on a rotation basis. To be very
that
honest.
should again or decide based on the top two that take, because every time then
Yeah.
what's happening that the senior players are getting an advantage. So that's also an issue which
yeah. So
I
I
think
think I mean
rules should be
it's
framed
been
out.
a good discussion tonight, and since
Yes.
there are no more
Yes.
comments, I think we can wind it up now. So
Yeah.
it's been 50 minutes. Let's wind it up. And thanks
Yeah.
to both of you guys. So hoping that if the match turns out to be a cracker jacker one, then we will get some more comments. So cheers.
Yes.
Good night.
Thank
Goodbye.
you, guys. Good night. Cheers.